I think like when I'm looking for one of the easiest ones that people think about is probably painting, like
Sure.
interior painting. Everyone, pretty much most people have, painted something. And I think like it just takes time. Like paint's really not that expensive
Hmm.
for the most part. You can update colors if they're outdated. It's fresh paint smells good typically when you walk into a house, so you can kind of get rid of some odors and things like that. That's nice to do. So I would think like the interior painting is probably the first thing that comes to mind with the average person.
Sure. Um, so interior paint. What about exterior paint?
Exterior paint's good too. You could run into a few more issues with exterior paint because now you're running into potential other maintenance items.
Hmm.
If you've got a little dry rot around a window, or there's a gutter that's been leaking and there might be some dry rot there, now you're kind of peeling back layers and you're getting into things that take a little bit more care and understanding of how to take something apart and put it back together in a way
Hmm.
where it's actually done right. It's weatherproofed right. It looks right. It's been caulked and sealed. Then if you do that, if you repair one spot, typically you have to paint the whole wall. Otherwise, you can see where the new paint is.
Yeah.
So that's something to keep in mind. It's really hard to touch something up unless it's fairly new paint. And even then, you can see it because you can get different layers of paint, which changes the sheen of the paint.
Sure.
And sometimes when you're close, you can't see it. When you're kind of back, you kind of see like the splotchy area.
Yeah.
And so that's something to keep in mind with the outside. So you can just run into different things other than just painting. Um,
Well, and so I've seen it where people decide to do the exterior paint. Houses have those issues,
mhm.
and they just go ahead and paint anyway, and then
Yeah.
you're wasting your time and money
Yeah.
because it doesn't solve.
It doesn't
You
cover it
can't
up.
cure rot by painting it.
Yeah, you think, oh, it'll paint, it'll look good, and you paint it, and you just have the same texture underneath, but with new paint.
Right.
So, and the other thing that happens too with a lot of times the paint is you have to pay attention to like the moisture conditions here
Sure.
in Salem because you'll see a lot of paint that has like bubbling underneath it. Well, that's just moisture that got trapped underneath the
Yeah.
paint and it's trying to get out. And as it heats up, that's expanding and it's creating those bubbles. So you just have to pay attention to some of those things. So, like I said, there's just more to the exterior painting that you just have to be aware of. You can certainly talk to go down to the paint store and talk to those people down there, just to educate yourself or watch a couple YouTube videos on it.
Sure.